What's Cooking, brought to you by Brunswick.
Hi guys, I'm Chef Ben. Welcome back to What's Cooking on CNC3. Today we have our awesome sponsors, Brunswick, and I'm going to make some tuna puffs. You know, everybody loves tuna puffs. You get them in little tea plates for your church breakfast, and we love puffs. They're not difficult to make, and I'm going to show you how. Let's get started. So to start our puffs, you're going to need a half a cup of water that I'm adding straight into the pan, as well as a half a cup of milk. My pan is on low, and this is a non-stick saucepan. I'm also going in with a half a cup of butter. Of course, we want our butter to melt while our liquid mixture of water and milk warms up. For a little extra flavor in our puffs, I'm just adding 1 teaspoon of sugar and a half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to stir this and just let it gently come up to a simmer. So once your liquid has come to a boil, you're just going to dump all your flour in there. You want to mix everything together. Keep your flame on low heat. And as you mix, you're going to start to see it coming together into like a paste, and it's starting to form a ball, and the dough itself is moving away from the sides of the pan, and that's what you want. So as soon as it's formed this ball, all you're going to do is remove it from the heat and pour it straight into a bowl. So I'm going to let this cool down. I'm stirring it a little so it cools faster, just maybe 5 minutes or so. Now, sometimes you might need 4, sometimes you might need 3. It really depends on the size of the eggs. These are large eggs, and I'm using 4. I'm going to give it a little whisk before I start adding it. You just want to break up the yolks and incorporate all the eggs. So, the next stage is to add the eggs into the dough a little at a time. So we're going to add it in maybe 3 or 4 pours, right? Okay guys, so this is what your dough should look like. It's thick, but yet it's soft. And to make our puffs, we're going to fill this into a piping bag. You need to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You can use a round tip, you can even use a star tip. Don't worry if you don't have a piping bag at home, just cut a clear plastic bag. It could be a Ziploc bag. I find that rice bags work very well. So we're going to put our dough into our piping bag. So remember, I've preheated my oven to 400. Here I have a silicone baking mat. If you don't have one of those, that's okay. You can use greaseproof paper and line a baking tray. So I'm simply going to pipe out my puffs now. Okay guys, so while our puffs are in the oven, we're going to make our tuna filling using our Brunswick tuna. Today I'll be using our Brunswick spicy Thai chili tuna. This has so much flavor on its own. For these 12 puffs, I'm actually going to use 2 cans of spicy tuna. So in this bowl, I have my 2 cans of spicy Thai chili tuna from Brunswick. To it, I'm going to add just about 2 tablespoons of chopped chive, 1 tomato that I've chopped finely. We're going in with just about a tablespoon of red onion. I have 2 pimentos and some red sweet peppers. I'm also adding 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And just for a little tang, a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. You want to mix this all together. And as soon as our puffs are out of the oven, we're going to fill it up with our nice spicy Thai chili Brunswick tuna. So guys, our puffs have come out of the oven. They took about 22 minutes at 400 Fahrenheit. Steam is what causes our puffs to rise up. So don't be alarmed that when you take them out of the oven and a few minutes later, they deflate a little. That's perfectly normal. So what I'm going to do is cut the top off of my little puff. I'm using a serrated edge knife. And then I'm simply going to fill it with our Brunswick spicy Thai chili tuna mixture. Okay guys, there you have it, our spicy Thai chili tuna puffs made with our Brunswick tuna. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and tune in again on What's Cooking on CNC3.
What's Cooking, brought to you by Brunswick.